Welcome back to Crypto Future, guys. Good morning. Happy Father's Day. I'm a father myself, so I'll be spending my day with the little ones. But happy Father's Day to all you dads out there. So let's get into the morning news here, shall we? Quite an active day. Quite an active day, guys. Um, so first of all, I'm looking at the market here. We got Jasmy is almost even. It's only down 0.4% on the day. What else do we have here? Arbitrum's up 2.6%. Glimmer is up a whopping 18%. One of my favorites is Glimmer, Moonbeam. I like to stock up on that over on my KuCoin account. Quant down 6% today, down to 102. Quant is a steal anywhere around $100 in my opinion. Not financial advice, by the way, guys. Not a financial advisor. Algo is pretty much even at 11 point. Sorry, excuse me, 11%. 11%, 11 cents. H bar's up 1.5% on the day, 4.6 cents. XRP 2.6 up to 49 cents. Bitcoin up 0.4%, 26.5. So let's get into the news here. First off, we've got a chart, the chart by Plan B here, tweet. He says, I still stand by my January 12th Bitcoin view. November 2022, 15K was the bottom. He says 50% of people disagree. Rise into 2024 halving, so that would be around April of next year. 9.5, 10 months away. It will rise next. It should be around. He projects Bitcoin to be around 32K, a little above 32K by the halving event. So basically, I kind of agree with this, guys. Like, we are in. I stress this on almost every video. We're in an accumulation phase right now, and it's the time to be buying. It's boring. Things are gonna be boring until around the halving. Like, they're gonna go little minor ups and downs and stuff like that in the micro, but. It's accumulation time, right? This is where it's time to be accumulating. This is what I'm doing. I'm accumulating my favorite projects, because we're still like 10 months away from the halving, 9.5, 10 months away from the halving, right? And things are not going to go crazy till after that. So it's going to be boring, guys. It is. It's going to be boring. That's why I'm here to entertain you, do a little song and dance for you, right? Um, so that's Plan B's chart. What do we got here now? Little Jasmy news. Jasmy went back above 0.004 yesterday. It's up almost 35% from the bottom. Just for a little perspective for you guys, right? It is up. I know it feels like it's down. It's down. It's gonna be, again, like I was just saying, it's gonna be sideways for a long time. So, if Jasmy's what you're buying, then I would DCA into that. That's what I'm doing. Because you got about 9.5, 10 months to do that, right? Don't expect any massive new all-time highs before the halving or anything like that. I really don't see that happening. A bear market's a bear market, right, guys? So accumulation phase is how you have to look at it, right? We're out of the bear market. We're in the accumulation phase now, and it's going to be boring sideways action for about 10 months, in my opinion. Um, what else? What else do we have here? Okay, so we got some this, and I've never heard of this Bob coin. Well, I've read it on Twitter. I haven't done any research on it or anything. From what I can gather, it's a meme coin. You guys know my philosophy on meme coins. If it's early, I'll buy in a little bit, maybe $100 or something, and then once I make some profit, I sell. I don't believe that meme coins are a long term investment. I don't believe a person should be DCAing into them for years on end. I think you're just throwing your money away, because they're meme coins, right? They're not meant to do anything. They're not, it's a community, and eventually, as much as you love a project, for the most part, communities die down. There will always be a community, but it will never be, you know, like look at Pepe. You know what I mean? They have a massive community behind it. It still has a big community, and it'll never go to zero. but it's never going to see, what it saw before. Same with like Shiba Inu. Like, I got in on Shiba Inu. I made like 9 grand. I sold, and I haven't looked back, right? And it hasn't come close to where it was when I sold. So I sold. I got lucky and I sold the top of that one. So anyway, on this Bob coin, breaking news. Sorry guys, I gotta take a drink of my Monster here. In breaking news, Elon Musk called meme coin Bob a scam and suspended their Twitter account, and the price crashed. So this is kind of like, I don't know why Elon called it a scam. Maybe he clearly knows something I don't. Maybe he didn't call it a scam. Maybe it's misconstrued what he said or something. But either way, the account has been suspended on Twitter. And you can look at this one of two ways. You could say, well, he caused the price to crash and cost people money. Or you could say, well, he saved a lot of people money because maybe it is a scam or a rug and he saved people from being aware of its existence on Twitter, right? So it's a double-edged sword, but me personally, I don't believe that, as much as I like Elon and stuff, I love what he's doing with Twitter, I don't think it's his place to be determining the future of any projects or labeling them or anything. I think it's okay to, if he come on and says something's a scam after they rug pull or something. I'm not sure if Bob did rug pull. Maybe it did. I don't know enough about it. If you guys want me to do some research on Bob and kind of, see what's going on here and do a video on it, let me know in the comments down below, and I definitely will do that. So yeah, and we can get to the bottom of what's going on. But if you guys don't care about this coin, then I'm not going to bother doing the research on it. You know what I mean? Because I'm not going to do it for me. I do this for you guys. So now there's a great article by Sam Leman. John Deaton retweeted it. And it's basically, he's talking, I read the article, and I'm not going to read the whole thing because it's fairly long and I don't want to bore you guys, but basically he's talking about, it's an interview with Gary Gensler about his motives and his what goes on inside his mind in terms of his future aspirations. And clearly he plans on a political career, right? Now, I will say this. Now, it's a good article. I would recommend that you go read it if you care, but anybody who votes for Gary Gensler, I'm sorry, is an absolute moron. An absolute moron. This man has made it abundantly clear that he does not work for the people of the United States. Very clear, right? He has agendas, and they're financial and political, and he does not care who he runs over or who he harms in the short term. So, I wouldn't vote for this guy to save my life. What else do we got here? Some more Jasmy news. Jasmy is a blockchain-based platform. It has major partnerships with leading tech companies in Japan. It is motivated. So I kind of wanted, the reason that I kind of wanted to talk about this is because there was a comment, and I had a brief conversation with someone in my comments, and I just wanted to differentiate, and show the difference between a privacy coin and what Jasmy does in terms of data data monetization. And it's that because I'm getting some people that are saying that, like, oh, well, privacy coins, this and that. Well, Jasmy's, what they're doing is different than a privacy coin. With a privacy coin, they're trying to think about it like a VPN or something. They're trying to block the incumbents and the government and whoever else from knowing who they are, what they're doing, and all that kind of stuff. And with Jasmy, with their data monetization technology, what they're doing is they're just giving you the power of your information. They're not trying to like VPN it or scramble it or anything like that. It's giving you the ability and ownership to dictate who can use your information. You can sell it. You can lease it, whatever, however you want to word it, right? It's a very different thing, and the thing is that if the government really, really wanted to, I'm sure when it comes to your information, in terms of the Jasmy technology, they could likely just subpoena it or something, and they could probably get it. But I mean, that's the same with anything. So I wouldn't be too afraid of that. And a little caveat to that is that, they said the same thing about what was it, Ledger or something. They said, well, the government, subpoenas it. Well, we have to give it to them, and people freaked out. Well, at the end of the day, first of all, of course, they're a company, right? Uh, and secondly, the only reason that you would have a problem with that, in my personal opinion, is if you gave the government a reason to subpoena your information. They're not just going to go around subpoenaing random people's information, right? It's, you know what I mean? There's too many people out there, for one, and for two, like, you have to get a subpoena, you have to go through, the courts and stuff like that, and you have to have a reason, right? So it sounds bad on the surface, but at the end of the day, they're not going to subpoena your information if you haven't stood out and done anything for your information to be subpoenaed, kind of thing, right? So I don't get the why people are afraid of that aspect of it, unless you're doing something you probably shouldn't be. But I digress. That's the difference between what Jasmy's doing with their monetization of information, of your data, and a privacy coin. So there is a fairly large gap between what those two technologies. What else do we have here, guys? Okay, so the SEC has. So it turns out that with this BlackRock ETF, Bitcoin ETF, there's two ways that you could look at this, because according to reports, the SEC has up to 240 days to decide what to do with this BlackRock ETF. So I mean, there's two. Like I said, there's two ways of looking at it. The SEC could wait for everything to kind of die down, all this, because there's a lot of pressure, a lot of heat on them, right? They could wait for all this to kind of die down and all this hoopla, and because right now, if they were to come out today and say, yeah, we approve BlackRock's ETF, well, there's a lot of people who would hit the roof. There'd probably be some lawsuits against them and stuff like that, because, I mean, how many are they denied, and then all of a sudden they just approve this one? That's, you guys get what I'm saying, right? A lot of people would be pissed off. Pardon my French. But they have like 240 days to reply. So they could wait it out, wait for the hype to die down, wait for that kind of stuff, and then do it. Or maybe BlackRock is pressuring them and they'll do it right away, because BlackRock doesn't want to wait. There's two ways of looking at it. Now, one of those two ways is the most, those are the two most realistic ways of that it can go. So I personally believe that BlackRock is probably pressuring them to approve it as quickly as possible. That's where I stand on it. But again, it wouldn't shock me if the SEC waited till the last day of the 240 days, because they do have a tendency to do that kind of thing, right? So they could drag this. So for all we know, they want to drag out this bear market as long as possible. I don't know. Maybe Gary will be gone, and then whoever comes in will just approve it right away. Like I don't know. Those are the ways that I see it going, anyways. And then you've got this feds quietly drop charges against Sam Bankman-Fried. So a lot of people are talking about now. So we've got to the point where this guy now, there's reports saying that he might not even go to jail at all, because they dropped all the more serious crimes against him, charges against him. So now he might not even see jail time, from what I'm understanding. And they're relaunching FTX. Now, if you're newer to crypto, okay, you're just kind of getting here, you've been in for a few months, whatever, maybe a year, do not put your money on FTX, whether they call it FTX or FTX 2.0. I would not recommend buying their coin when it comes out. They rugged billions of dollars, like $9 billion from people. And anybody who puts their money back into this project is an absolute moron. Now, the new people, I understand if you're newer and you see this, FTX is launching. I'm sure they're going to have all kinds of good, promotion and stuff like that. Don't buy it. They screwed people out of $9 billion. Okay? Protect yourselves. Don't keep your money on exchanges anyways. Keep it on cold storage. But yeah, this... And is it any wonder, like all of a sudden, and watch what will happen when FTX relaunches. They'll become the alleged second exchange with that regulatory clarity from the SEC, just like that Prometheum BS. You know, of course the scammers are getting in. You know what I mean? Ones that are being controlled by the incumbents. So just be cautious with FTX, guys. Whether it's they call it FTX 2.0, whatever it is, be careful, guys, at your own risk, right? Now, in terms of Kaspa, I kind of wanted to talk about this a little bit more because I get a lot of questions about it. Kaspa is so early, you guys, so early. Kaspa has not even seen a single bull run yet. We're going into the first time that Kaspa will have a bull run, right? Now, I honestly think we're looking at at least a $2 Kaspa, right? So accumulating it at this level right now is just a steal, in my opinion. Like it's going to be big. It's a solid layer one project, in my opinion. Now I tell you this, add it to your watch list, right? I'm not telling you to go buy it, but I would add it to my watch list and I would look at it because I DCA into it personally, and I think that we could be looking at a good $2 Kaspa, maybe more. I said it's the first bull market for Kaspa, right? Could be huge. Could be huge. And then I kind of wanted to retouch on something we talked about yesterday. As the story kind of unfolds, we were talking about Binance and how it's, you know, it's being investigated in France. It's pulled out of Canada, pulled out of the Netherlands there. And then there was another story that they were being shut down in Nigeria, right? So as it turns out, the Binance Nigeria company isn't actually Binance. What they did was it was another company and they created the name Binance Nigeria Limited, right? So Binance had to actually send a cease and desist notice to the scam entity because they were basically representing that they were part of Binance and they're not. So that's the full story with the Binance being shut down in Nigeria. Up to this point, that's what has unfolded. So they're not actually affiliated with Binance. So there's that. That's an interesting little caveat there. But yeah, you guys, that's the news of the morning so far. I'll be back in the evening with another one. Let me know what you guys think down below. Shoot me a comment. What do you guys think about Binance, by the way? Do you guys think that they're in trouble? Do you think that they're just, you know, they just have to weather this storm and they're going to continue being the number one exchange? Let me know what you guys think. Also, shoot me a like. It'd be greatly appreciated, you guys. We're so close to, we're four away from 200 subscribers, guys. Just 4. Let's get over 200. Come on, shoot me a subscribe. I'd greatly appreciate it. Let's keep growing this family. And I'll see you guys in the next one.